4 AM start this morning. It's now about 5:30. We are at the airport and our only breakfast option, sadly, McDonald's. So we've had our first coffee before actually getting on camera to try and wake up a little bit. I'm on round 2. So today we're heading to Hoi An, to Vietnam, and we've got a flight from Chiang Mai first to Bangkok. A little bit of a pain because we actually then need to go through the arrivals, get our bag, and then recheck back in for the international flight going to Da Nang, and then take a transfer from there down. Sounds quite complicated, but hopefully it goes pretty smooth. Each of those legs is only, the flights are an hour and a half each, and then the transfer is only like 40 minutes, so it shouldn't be too rough. Anyway, we're going to get this in us, and then
I can talk.
And Stace can talk, and then we'll jump forward from some of the travel stuff and hopefully be in Vietnam soon. So it was a pretty quick and painless flight. We're in Bangkok now, in a little bit of a rush. We don't normally rush in airports, but we've actually got less than 2 hours to collect our bag, which we're waiting on, and then hope that the arrivals process here for a domestic flight is quick.
We'll soon find out.
We'll soon find out. So we need to then go out and then check back in for an international flight, and we're sort of we're cutting it fine. But a good piece of advice: if you are booking a flight that goes via Bangkok, it's actually 2 airports, and you need to make sure that the one that you're landing in is the same one that you're leaving from. And I've heard people mess that up before.
Yeah, it'd be easy to mess that up.
Can you imagine? That would be absolute chaos arriving, then going to check in and being like, my flight's not here.
Awkward.
Tell me about that arrival process.
Just pick up your bag and just stroll.
Just stroll through. I forget that we've only gone domestic, so it doesn't actually matter. And our bags came out like 4th bag out, maybe?
Yeah. Thanks, Thailand.
Domestic flight, cheap and cheerful.
Yeah.
Now we've got a quick walk through the airport, off to the next flight. So the second flight was a bit of a breeze, except for the one moment where
So we were gonna die.
It was almost like someone's driving a car and then they let go of the steering wheel and it just jolts to one side and they pull the wheel back. That's exactly what the plane did. And at one point we literally just like dropped, turned, and then corrected. So we've landed in Da Nang now, been through and got our visas, which is pretty simple. Fortunately, I prepared all the paperwork beforehand by printing it out online and then applying online as well. So when we showed up, we just had to hand everything over. It was $25 US each to get 3 months. So that gives us a bit of freedom to roam around the country and sort of see where we end up. And we've just been picked up by our transfer driver, and we're on the way to see Mama Chi. We're going to our villa, but the lady there is called Chi, and she sounds pretty lovely. In Hoi An, yeah. So we've got about 40 minutes in the car ride, and then see what the countryside's all about, connecting the two. Check in, and then go and see some of the city, hopefully. So the villa's just out sort of the edge of town from the looks of it, from what we've seen on the map, and just sort of surrounded by rice paddies, I think. So I'm hoping to get some drone footage of that. But the pool and everything and the outside looks so cool, and we're just right up on top of, or right next to the swimming pool. So I'm gonna go down now and do a little bit of filming and then work my way back up to the room. Top of the stairs. Hello. Oh, it's magic. This is the room. Heaps of floor space compared to what we're used to. Massive high ceilings. Huge bed, and it feels real comfortable. Boom! Somebody there. Then we got a TV, little fridge, and then our view out over the swimming pool. Cross out there to the rice paddies. Little balcony. Bathroom. Looks pretty good. So just hired scooters and we're on our way into the old city to get some very late lunch. But we drove past one of the main phone stores here, Dyalla. So looking at phone plans. It's even cheaper here than it is in Thailand. So 5 gigabytes of data is 125,000 dong, which works out to be like $5 US, $6 US maybe. So super cheap. We're going to do it that way so that then we can hotspot to our laptops if we need to. But I mean, these ones are super cheap. So this is our beast for the day, or for 24 hours. Costing us 100,000, which at this stage we still don't know if that's really expensive or not, but that's still only like $4 or $5, so that'll give us what we need. Got some awesome helmets.
It's gonna do nothing for me.
Alright, it's actually 4 PM now, so lunch is actually very late. So I think we're gonna go and do a hybrid lunch dinner, but we're gonna go do some exploring either way and see the old town and get away from the beeping. Somewhere for food and beer. After walking around for honestly like maybe about 30 minutes, to be completely fair, we got a little bit of a shock arriving here because there's just so many people. It's absolutely beautiful, and I'll show it more in either the video soon or in the next vlog I put up. In saying that, we just had a really nice margarita pizza. So Peter, it's my dad's name, shout out to Peter. A couple of beers, which I don't think is going to work out to be too expensive. I think the sun's not too far away from setting, so that should make it nice and pretty as well. We're actually going to leave now and go and find ourselves somewhere for a happy hour. This place is off to a great start. Free chips and salsa with a people watching view. Back at our villa now, there's a little bit of a glimpse of what Hoi An is like. It's just as beautiful as I remember, but like we mentioned, there is just a lot of people out. That is a Saturday night though. It's evening time, so maybe it's not that busy always. And we're hoping probably the next couple of days we're gonna head back into the old city and properly see more of it in the daytime, and get a bit more footage from around there and check out some of the restaurants and stuff. Actually, one funny thing before we left, so we went and got the 2-for-1 beers happy hour. We just assumed that would mean that you're getting twice the value, but it turned out that that place that we went to that gave us the free chips and everything, they quite literally just hiked the price up 2 times. The first place we went to was 25,000 for a beer. The second place we went to was 2-for-1, but it was 50,000 per beer. And we didn't realize until we sat down everything. So I suppose at least we got the chips and stuff for free, and it was a cool view, but we just couldn't help but laugh at how good that was for gaming the system. So we fell for it. Well done, Hoi An. Anyway, check back in the next couple of days and there'll be another video where you can see more of what we're up to and what this place is like. Heaps more to do.